fully the right. CBS next Friday.
The Equalizer is all new, CBS Sunday, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Well, partly cloudy skies for the balance of tonight, and as we head on toward the weekend, what can you expect of all the weather details coming up tonight at 11?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, more controversy over the people being selected for the Trump administration. We'll have the latest developments. Plus, notorious conspiracy theorist Alex Jones is fighting back after satirical website The Onion purchases longtime owned InfoWars company. And we hear from a Marquette doctor on the rise in concerning diseases currently happening around the UP. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Skies generally partly cloudy for the balance of tonight here in the Marquette area, and we'll start out with some sunshine tomorrow. Partly sunny skies, and then during the afternoon, skies will cloud up. We'll try to get close to 50 degrees, though, for your highs. And then for Saturday night, or for the nighttime hours Saturday, we'll have some cloudy skies overall. Could even lead to some rain showers. But across the Upper Peninsula, some of you breaking 50 degrees for your highs for the day, with sunshine and then increasing clouds. Rest of the weekend outlook coming up later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. President-elect Donald Trump is steamrolling ahead with high-profile and in some cases controversial picks for his cabinet. Nicole Skanga reports from Washington.
With the White House transition speeding ahead, President-elect Donald Trump has picked Caroline Leavitt as his White House press secretary. Leavitt, who is 27, was Trump's 2024 campaign press secretary. She would be the youngest White House press secretary in history. In the nomination of Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, the House Ethics Committee on Friday did not release its report on whether Gaetz was involved in sexual misconduct with a minor and illicit drug use.
A report is apparently in some draft form and was going to be released on what is now a former member of the House. I do not believe that that is an appropriate thing. It doesn't follow our rules and tradition.
Democratic senators who'd be part of a confirmation hearing for Gaetz said they want to read the investigation's findings first.
I think it's important for them to have all critical information that they need to make an intelligent decision.
Gaetz has denied any wrongdoing. The former Florida congressman resigned from the House this week after Trump nominated him to be the nation's top law enforcement officer, stopping the investigation in its tracks. Another cabinet pick who could face a confirmation battle is Trump's choice to lead the Department of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
I just looked at the news reports. People like you, Bobby. Don't get too popular, Bobby.
Kennedy's anti-vaccine activism has several lawmakers questioning whether he should oversee the nation's public health agenda.
All my kids are vaccinated, and I hope he's not going to move against one of the most life-saving technologies in the history of the world.
Former Vice President Mike Pence called on Republicans to block Kennedy's nomination because of his record supporting abortion rights.
There are reports that President-elect Donald Trump's choice for Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, was investigated by police for an alleged sexual assault in 2017 in California. The Monterey Police Department says there was an investigation, but no charges were filed. Hegseth's lawyer said this should not have any impact in the confirmation process. An interesting twist in the ongoing legal battle between the families of the victims of the Sandy Hook massacre and Alex Jones, who previously claimed the deadly day was a hoax. Thursday, satirical publication The Onion won Jones's InfoWars platform in a court-ordered auction, but now Jones is calling that sale into question, and a judge wants to take a look. Here's Jared Hill with more.
In what started as a joke turned a chance for healing, Thursday, satirical publication The Onion won a bid for controversial public figure Alex Jones's InfoWars platform.
We're going to make it into a bigger and better thing. We want in a couple of years for people to be like, oh, InfoWars, that funny website, instead of like that horrible place of, Funhouse Mirror horrors.
Ben Collins is CEO of The Onion, which has spoofed Jones and his conspiracy theories for years. But one of Jones' most notorious spins landed the tycoon in legal trouble. In 2022, the families of the Sandy Hook massacre won more than $1.4 billion in a defamation judgment against Jones. And this summer, A court ruled his assets, including the media company, had to be sold to compensate those families.
His horrific messaging and attacks and stuff started immediately after the shooting.
Robbie Parker's 6-year-old daughter, Emily, was among the 26 victims killed by the gunman at her Connecticut elementary school in 2012. Jones used a moment of him speaking to the media the day after the shooting to label him a crisis actor and the shooting fake. The new website is expected to work with gun violence prevention group Everytown for Gun Safety.
Humor is one of the most effective ways to reach people and to actually combat misinformation. And so that's why we're all in.
But last night, Alex Jones argued the sale hadn't actually gone through.
The Onion's everywhere announcing they bought it.
The judge in Jones' bankruptcy case ordered a hearing for next week on how the auction was conducted.
Members of the victims' families waived part of the money Jones owed to them to help with the sale of the InfoWars platform. Earlier tonight, we were joined by Carl Bonack, fresh off an election victory for the 109th State House District seat. We spoke with him about his top goals for the UP when he officially takes office. Here's part of our conversation.
The House and the Senate, for that matter, is working on getting the Copperwood mine going in the western UP in Gogibic County, and also the the wage tip controversy with restaurants and waiters and waitresses. That's a big deal.
Right.
And then once we get into our session, one thing I'll be focusing on is the dark store issue, because that's a real issue for the small communities around the state of Michigan that lose out on a lot of revenue, because there's a loophole in the tax law that says that these big box stores can actually say that they own an empty building, so they don't get taxed on any of the contents inside the building. So that's something that we'll be working on. And also energy legislation. That's one of the things that I ran on, was the really terrible legislation that was passed back in 2023 that mandates that we cover the Upper Peninsula in wind turbines and solar panels, which is an intermittent, unreliable source of energy. And we're going to just basically change our whole landscape if something like that happens. Also, local control was taken away. So we want to work on all of those issues, and now we can work together as a unit.
Sure, yeah, and it's going to be all Republicans representing the UP. So
Right.
what a difference do you think that makes going forward?
Well, you know, before that, even though there were Republicans and Democrats, because the 109th has been historically Democrat, like you mentioned, the representatives worked together for the Upper Peninsula. That didn't happen this last legislative session. So I think what will happen is a renewed interest in working together, sticking together, because we have such a small voice here in the Upper Peninsula. We're only 3% of the population.
You can find that full conversation right now on WZMQ19.com. With the cold weather upon us, viruses and the common cold are also here for the season. Experts recommend to stay updated on vaccines, wash your hands, and participating in other germ-preventing tactics is always important for this time of year. The owner of Marquette Medical Urgent Care shares how pneumonia has made a shocking comeback this season, as well as whooping cough.
The big things that we're seeing is mycoplasma pneumonia, which is a bacterial infection that hasn't been prevalent any time in the last decade or so, but is making a comeback this year. And we're especially seeing spikes in preschool age children, which is younger than the typical. So the 2 to 4-year-olds are getting hit pretty hard with it.
For more tips on how to stay healthy this season, visit our website. It's opening day for firearm deer season, and the DNR is keeping track of the deer harvested. Deer must be registered within 72 hours of the kill. The DNR is helping people along with that process. They also offer anyone who registers their deer in person find out their deer's weight and age. So far, opening day in the UP has been fairly slow, with only just over 300 deer registered so far in Marquette County. Brian Rowell, a wildlife biologist from the DNR, says that's not unexpected.
Expect it to be a super great opener just because of the weather conditions, but as the season progresses, I'm sure we'll get some weather changes and those deer will start moving a little bit more, but a lot of folks are just happy to be out.
Registration can be done in person or online through the DNR website or app. We'll have a link to online registration on WZMQ19.com. Tom DeVecchio is next with your first morning weather forecast. Plus, we hear more from one Gladstone business that's been full steam ahead, putting wreaths together for the holiday season. And while computers have certainly made our lives easier, there's a group of people trying to keep the classic typewriter alive. We're back in 2 minutes.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture. Another thrilling week to play football. The NFL on CBS. Catch all of the action this week on WZMQ 19. This Sunday, the Jacksonville Jaguars travel to Detroit to battle the Lions at 1. And at 4:25, the Chiefs are in Buffalo to take on the Bills. See you this Sunday for the NFL on WZMQ 19.
Is your cookware scratched inside and an eyesore on the outside? Well, get ready to upgrade your cookware. Introducing Gotham Steel Hammered Cream Cookware. Forged with an authentic hammered design, engineered with extremely strong titanium and tri-coated with ultra non-stick ceramic. The elegant hammered texture design will look gorgeous in your kitchen and even better on the table. Style is just the start because Gotham Steel features double the non-stick release and it wipes clean with ease. Now you can cook healthier without all the butter, fat, or oil. Other hammered cookware sells for over $500, but get the complete Gotham Steel Hammered Cream 10-piece set for just 4 easy payments of $49.99. Plus, you'll also get this free 5-piece Gotham Steel bakeware set. You can get this huge 15-piece set shipped free right to your door. So order now.
To order, call 1-800-431-2561 or go online at hammeredcream.com. Call 1-800-431-2561 or go online at hammeredcream.com.
The Upper Peninsula's home for the talk, WZMQ 19.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
We're looking at overall not a bad weekend here. Temperatures will probably be a bit above normal and keep it dry. Maybe not a lot of sunshine here. In fact, some rain is expected to come in for Saturday night. Could even linger for some of you Sunday morning, primarily east of Marquette. And then next week, unsettled, particularly from Tuesday onward. And yeah, we'll probably get some snow by the end of the week. We'll be watching that. But you can see as we head on through Saturday, clouds already starting to show signs of thickening up by late morning on Saturday across the Upper Peninsula, becoming pretty solid overcast by the end of the day. But we'll keep the rain away. Again, during the day on Saturday. Notice some showers come into Wisconsin, central part of the state by 10 p.m. and by midnight. A little afterwards, see that rain move across most of the Upper Peninsula. Maybe a few leftover drops here. Far east, Newberry to Sault Ste. Marie through mid-morning on Sunday. But the clouds, they'll be hanging tough for much of the day. Some clearing starting to show up by mid-morning to the south. We're hopeful we'll see some of that clearing by midday or afternoon on Sunday. Winds start to pick up on Saturday, up steady about 10 to 20 here, maybe some higher gusts now and then between Marquette and out toward Houghton. And that trend of southerly winds will continue into Saturday night. But rainfall for Saturday night looks quite minimal. As you can see, may squeeze out 1/10 of an inch for some parts here, mainly from Sault Ste. Marie into Lance. Other than that, just not a whole lot of rain from this system for Saturday night. But a place that is getting a lot of rain, Honduras, Tropical Storm Sarah. This has been a slow mover. Look at how slow it moves for the balance of tonight and then into Saturday. Finally picks up speed, but not after giving what could be up to 20 to 25 inches of rain on the northern shores of Honduras. Catastrophic flooding there. Belize will be next with some heavy rain already affecting them. And then will become a low pressure system, possibly affecting some parts of the South Yucatan. But back here to Michigan, partly cloudy overall for the balance of tonight. Lows not bad. even above 30 for Iron River, Iron Mountain. Usually we're in the 20s by now for the most part. And many of you hitting 50 for Saturday with some sunshine to start out. More clouds during the afternoon. We will keep the rainfall away until Saturday night, and when we will get some rain. Probably most of it out by Sunday morning, a little sun for the afternoon. Monday not bad, but then an extended period of unsettled weather. Mainly rain through Thursday, but Thursday night into Friday, you can see temperatures get chilly. Don't be surprised to get some wet snow developing. That trend could go into the following weekend.
Thank you, Tom. We may be just under 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving, but one Delta County business is already in full Christmas mode. WZMQ's Lily Simmons has the story from Gladstone.
Hopefully I can make probably about 20 this size today.
For Roger Chenier, making Christmas wreaths is in his blood.
We started in 1980. It was a family business and nobody else wanted to do it, so I just thought I'd take it over.
Chenier's Wreaths makes just under 200 orders each year, which equates to about 800 wreaths. Roger uses a mixture of white pine and balsam to get this holiday perfect look.
These are my 24-inch wreaths, and then we do porch pots, 54-inch, and then I go down to a 45. And then I do a 36, 30, and swags. I usually go through about 3 tons of balsam a year and about a ton and a half of white pine.
For decoration, Chenier's Wreaths offers 50 different bows, ornaments, and pine cones.
Back in September, I roll the tips and I put the holly berries on. I do that all ahead of time. It saves me a lot of time.
And just before Halloween, the brush starts to become wreaths.
I put the balsam in a group, and I take the white pine and I spread it like that. You put it in your clamp ring and you squeeze her. Usually the bigger the wreath, it seems the faster it goes.
Then it all comes together to create the final product.
I'm gonna put the bow on the wreath, then you wire it in the back. And I take my glue gun and I just run it right down. And there you go, you got a 24-inch wreath.
Roger says it takes a lot of love and effort to make each wreath special. His wish is to provide some cozy holiday cheer for every customer and anyone who sees the wreaths as they pass by.
I hope they take pride and hang it up. To be honest with you, I take pride in almost everything I do. So, I mean, it's hard to say, but I do.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Gladstone.
Chenier's Wreaths only has a limited number of orders available for this year. You can visit WZMQ19.com for more information. For decades, everyone had a typewriter in their home and office, when then computers made them a relic of the past. But as Michael George shows us, there are still some diehards out there hanging on to this retro way of putting ink to paper and keeping typewriters alive.
Hello, Gramercy.
For 92 years, this small family business in New York City has been doing one thing and one thing only.
We are the only typewriter shop in New York City.
Jay Schweitzer, owner of the Gramercy Typewriter Company, spends his days fixing and selling these machines that were once a part of every home and office. And even in the age of computers and smartphones, the typewriter's nostalgic sound strikes a chord.
It's a sound that certainly resonates with the older folk. And the youngsters, it's a sound they're not familiar with and want to know what that is.
Customer Joe Cannon says he does his best writing on a typewriter because it helps him focus.
It's tactile. I like the sound of it, but the real thing of it is you cannot multitask and type. Literally, to type, you have to think.
At this shop, you'll find machines dating back to the 20s. Schweitzer says his customers range from those who grew up putting paper in a carriage to curious kids, though they face a learning curve.
They're just not used to being in control of every single move, from loading in the paper to setting your left and right margins to hitting the keys with a certain tension in your hands.
But once they get started, they're hooked.
Who doesn't love a typed letter in the mail? Someone took the time out to type this letter to you. It's something most people keep forever.
Here, there's always a place for anyone who loves the sight, the touch, and the sound of the written word.
Typewriters were first invented in the 1860s, and decades later, they played a pivotal role in helping women gain access to the workforce. Mike Ludlam had your look at sports and highlights after the break, including a matchup in women's basketball between Michigan Tech and Bemidji State. That's coming up after this.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book?
Covenant Books is an author-friendly publisher who shares your passion and beliefs. Call us today and we'll send you a free author packet to help get you started. We provide a full range of publishing services.
Covenant sells your book and ebook online and in bookstores everywhere. Our authors love us. Just look.
Be like these authors and get your book published today.
To get your free writer's guide, call now.
1-800-215-6164.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
The UP loves to be outdoors. Running, fishing, hiking, biking. If it's happening outside, you want to be a part of it. And this little baby is what you need to be ready. It's local and 100% free, 24/7. WZMQ 19's news app can show you the best times to be out, what to wear, how to stay safe, whether to bring along the kids. It's your problem-solving power tool, the WZMQ 19 app, now playing on a phone near you.
Good evening, everyone. The Michigan Tech women's basketball team looks to get back above the 500 mark during its home opener. Bemidji State made an appearance at the SDC gym for Tech's first game. First quarter, Bella Lenz will get the ball over to Alyssa Wypich, and she makes a little move, and that one's good for three. She led the Huskies with 16 points, 11-0 Tech, timeout Beavers. Danny Newst to Bella Lenz for another triple. She had 14 points, 22-13 Tech after one. To the second, it's Newst for three. She had 11. Michigan Tech up 44-24 at the break. Then the Gunnies' Ella Mason gets in the scoring act for three more. She had 10. Tech up by 21 after three. Then in the fourth, it's Hancock's Kaisa Solani with the assist to Kendall Stanfest, another three. She had 15 points and 10 rebounds. Chloe Zenkowski for the bucket here. Janie Tormanen with the next one. And if you lost count, that's 6 Huskies between 10 and 16 points. An easy win, 85-57. Tech entertains Minnesota Crookston tomorrow. To the scoreboard, Crookston was taking on NMU today. J.C. Weisbrod had 26 points, 19 in the first half, 6 of 9 from three-point land. Sarah Newcomer had 4 triples and 17 points, 85-69 over the Golden Eagles. And Northern will be, you get the idea, they're flip-flopping opponents again. Malone defeated Lake Superior State 62-54. On the men's side, big night for Tyler Edmondson, 33 points, 7 rebounds. The other 4 starters were also in double figures. Kingsley Perkins 14 and 14. Lake State holds off Indianapolis 96-94. GLIAC volleyball, regular season winding down this weekend. NMU takes care of Lake Superior State 3-0. Jacqueline Smith 13 kills. Meg Robbie and Rachel Zurich combined for 29 as Tech defeats Saginaw Valley 3-1. The daughter of a former NMU women's basketball point guard has signed a national letter of intent to play her college hoops at Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Madison Fitzgibbon plays for Homestead High School in Mequon, Wisconsin. She was a Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association Division I All-State first-team player last season. She scored nearly 1,500 points going into this campaign, averaging more than 19 points per game as a 5'6" guard. She shoots 40% from behind the three-point line. Her mother is Nikki Fitzgibbon. When she played for the Wildcats, she was known as Nikki Malcor. Malcor was on the very good Wildcats teams in the early 1990s. NMU women's soccer coach John Sandoval was suspended by the GLIAC for using too many players in Tuesday's 5-0 quarterfinal win over Michigan Tech. According to the GLIAC website, NMU played 29 student athletes in their victory against Michigan Tech. Conference rules during the conference tournament, just 24 student athletes are allowed to dress and compete. The punishment, besides the 2-game suspension, including today, for the rest of the tournament, which in this case means Sunday, NMU will be limited to a maximum of 19 athletes. Does that matter? Did that matter today? No, you already know the answer to that one. Let's get to the video. To the pitch we go, and NMU would get going in the 13th minute of this one. Molly Pistorius dashes into the offensive zone, connects with Madison Bilbia coming up right here. Number 13 is Bilbia. Scoots it along the grass, and then a great cross to Justina Lesperance. Bang, there goes the header. Her 10th goal of the year, and the Wildcats with a 1-0 lead. Let's go to the second half, 48th minute. It will be Lesperance bringing the ball into the penalty area. She goes down. Everybody wants a penalty shot. Doesn't happen, but it goes over to Pistorius, little low chip, and Bilbia with a simple chip as well. Her 4th of the year, NMU leads by a pair. About 15 minutes later, Kenna Alexander gets the ball to Lesperance, and it's going to be another goal, this one by Brooke Pietola. GLIAC Offensive Player of the Year recorded her 9th of the season. NMU gets the victory 4-1. Here's NMU assistant coach Natalie Stampfly filling in for Coach John Sandoval.
And we got one early, which was really great, but then we kind of lost a little bit of what we were trying to do. Credit to Davenport as well. They were running through us. They were making really good plays also. At halftime, we just kind of talked about possessing the ball a little bit more, sticking more to our game plan, and they did a really good job of executing in the second half.
We knew what we had to do, and we had a kind of a target on our back, and so we came out with confidence and we got it done. Yeah, we've been together for 3 years now, so you kind of get to know your players and their tendencies, and I feel like we read each other pretty well. So when she is running down the line, I know she's going to get a service off, so it's really nice playing with her. I'm going to miss it.
NMU will face Saginaw Valley State in the GLIAC Championship Sunday at 1 o'clock. The Cardinals defeated Grand Valley State in penalty kicks 3-2. Hockey scores tonight. 16th ranked Minnesota State blanks Northern 3-0. Lake State over Ferris State 4-2. And Bowling Green and St. Thomas played to a tie at 2. High school hockey, Marquette scores once, and that's all they needed to beat Brother Rice 1-0. Britt Hainanen and Max Nordstrom each had hat tricks for Jeffers 12-0 over Sheboygan, and Sheboygan visits Negaunee tomorrow afternoon. I can't imagine the Detroit Lions will have a letdown Sunday at home against Jacksonville, especially with the Jaguars not having starting quarterback Trevor Lawrence, who is out with a shoulder injury. Lions fans will see the recently acquired Zadarius Smith in the defensive line. Head coach Dan Campbell is impressed with Smith.
There's things that he's going to be able to do in one-on-ones that I do believe are going to show up. But I think there's going to be a lot that maybe fans don't see. You know, the third downs and watching him work. I mean, he's a pro. You know, the way he prepares, the way he works, I mean, that's evident. But the way that he's able to work with Mac and Pascal and, you know, just the different rush patterns, things of that nature, it's going to pay dividends for the whole group.
Kickoff Sunday from Ford Field is 1 o'clock Eastern. You can see that game right here on WZMQ 19, followed by Kansas City and Buffalo. The Packers and Bears are on another channel, and we will be right back.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry. Free delivery and 0% financing.
Tonight, can you do a bump, bump, bump? Colbert's got Tom Hanks.
Or you might know him by his full name, Thomas Handkerchiefs.
Tonight on CBS.
Okay.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
For the balance of tonight here in the Upper Peninsula and Marquette, we'll have some partly cloudy skies overall. And for this time of year, these aren't bad. Most of you will stay above freezing, even near the Wisconsin border, just barely below freezing, when most of us should be in the 20s by now on this time in November, mid-November. And tomorrow's highs, again, equally mild for this area and this time of year, about 50 or low 50s for many of you. Sunshine followed by increasing clouds. We keep the rain away, though, until Saturday night. Most of it should be out by Sunday morning. Again, Sunday might even be a little warmer than the 51 here, especially if we can get a little sun to come out earlier. Next week looks unsettled. Not too bad Monday, but then we have an extended period of mainly rain showers through at least Thursday. Thursday night to Friday, though, some of that will probably mix in or turn over to some wet snow. We'll be watching it all for the next several days.
All right, thank you, Tom. And Mike, I know you got a couple more tidbits for sports
It's
for us.
Friday, of course we do. That's the whole idea. The Pistons beat Toronto tonight, 99-95. Malik Beasley led the way with 20. Red Wings a 2-1 lead early out on the West Coast. And congratulations to cross-country runner Emily Popor of Nagani. She finished 4th for Central Michigan University today at the regional down in Ohio, so she will compete in the national championships. 19 minutes, 36.9 seconds for 6 kilometers. And good luck to our high school football teams tomorrow as they continue in the playoffs. Menominee, Iron Mountain, Pickford, and Forest Park. All their kickoffs are at 1 o'clock Eastern Time.
All right, and Mike, obviously we have Iron Mike Tyson tonight facing Jake Paul in a boxing match. Any prediction for that?
I just hope the stream works.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Because Facebook's been tearing it apart.
Well, we'll see what happens. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on Monday.
Is your child suffering from ADHD, anxiety, depression, or the inability to focus? NeuroFit Marquette offers personalized neurofeedback training to address these challenges. Our tailored approach aims for optimal brain function and wellness. Call 906-235-0561 to start your journey to better sleep and improve mood today.